Shalom and welcome to 2 Minutes of Torah. This year is entitled An Overview of the Halachot and Minhagim of Rosh Hashana. Start off with Shul on Rosh Hashana night. It's Tefillah, Mincha, Ma'ariv, after Tzeta Kochavim, traditional Ma'ariv Tefillah. We come home and make Kiddush, Hamotzi, Lacha Mishnah, like every Yontif. And the new addition to Rosh Hashanah, of course, is the famous Simanim. The Gemara says Simanim Miltahi, that having different Simanim, symbolic acts, are something which is recognized and endorsed, and therefore we have different Simanim, signs of our optimism. We should, Yetz Hashem, be blessed with a good year. Everyone is familiar with the different Simanim and the many booklets handed out. What to say for each Siman from a halachic standpoint, since the fruit is not considered to be part of the meal, it is not covered by hamotzi, and therefore one should say bar priya eats on the fruit, the apple, the pomegranate, wherever it may be. The reason is hamotzi covers those foods which are part of the essential meal, things which are malafin tapat accompany the bread, things which are dessert, foods which are dessert and not really part of the satiation of the meal are not covered by hamotzi, and therefore one needs to make a bracha on the fruit. The bracha of dessert in general, cakes and cookies, stuff like that, it's an excellent question, but not for now. Right now we're just focusing on the Rosh Hashanah aspects. So we say ha'etz on it, and we have the meal, and of course Yalav Yavo is crucial, it's essential for benching. In the morning, davening with all the piyutim, depending on the minhag of the tzibor, whatever may be added. And then, of course, we have shofar. Shofar from the Torah is 9 blows. Tekiah, trua, tekiah, tekiah, trua, tekiah, tekiah, trua, tekiah, 9 sounds, because there are different opinions of what exactly the sound of trua is. So whether it's a wailing sign like a shvarim, everyone knows it's a wailing sign, everyone agrees trua is a wailing sign, maybe it's that one, maybe it's trua where it's like quick shrieks, or maybe it's a combination. So either it's a shvarim or trua or shvarim trua, because of all those possibilities, and each one has to be followed with it, preceded with tekiah, followed by tekiah. The math comes out that we need 30 kolot in order to fulfill the mitzvah, the oraita, the biblical mitzvah of shofar. So that's it. That's all we need is 30. That is from the Torah, and the rabbi said just to be careful that we fulfill all possibilities. That's the 30. The rabbis also said that they want to have 2 sets, one independent standing and another one in the musaf as well. And therefore, some have in the musaf during Salish Shmona Esrei, Hasidim, and Eidot Mizrach, while most Ashkenazim have it in Chazarat Hashatz. Of course, we make a bracha at the very beginning of the shofar, on Tekiah Shofar and Shechianu, and everyone must remain silent because that bracha goes on all the Tekiyot that one will hear till the very end, and one should not interrupt with any brachot. One can go to the bathroom and say Ashiyatzar, according to most poskim, but otherwise there should be no interruption except, of course, the tefillah itself. Regarding women do not have an obligation of shofar, but they have a mitzvah. If they do listen to the shofar, they have a mitzvah d'oraita to fulfill the not commandment, but they have a mitzvah of tekiyat shofar. And they're yotze in the davening and hearing the shofar as well. And if they missed it, they can hear it afterwards at the second shofar blowing. According to Ashkenazim, they can actually say a bracha. According to Sephardic tradition, they cannot. They can listen to the bracha, they can listen to the shofar, have the mitzvah, but they do not. Sephardic woman does not say a bracha. Ashkenazic woman does. The basic question is, what is the basis of the bracha? Is the bracha over the fulfillment of the chiyuv ha-mitzvah, the obligation of the mitzvah? Then women cannot say the bracha. Or is the bracha over the kiyum ha-mitzvah, the fulfillment of the mitzvah? And yes, she has a mitzvah even though she doesn't have a chiyuv. So Sfaradim follow the Rambam's approach that the bracha goes over the chiyuv, the obligation, and Ashkenazic tradition is to follow the Ramah, Tosfos, Ravid, and others, that women make the bracha because she is, in fact, getting a mitzvah, a kiyum ha-mitzvah, even though she doesn't have the obligation. An incredible chiddush, novel idea by Rav Nissim Karelitz. A woman comes in to shul. She was busy with the children, couldn't get out earlier, and now she comes in there to Musaf, and she's davening Musaf with the Chazan, Chazar Hashatz, and she's going to say word for word with the Chazan, and she'll listen to the shofar blowing throughout Musaf. She will be up to the bracha when the chazan is. She will pause when the chazan pauses, and she'll hear the bracha, the shofar in the middle of Shemona Esrei. And that's fine. The chazan is in the middle of Shemona Esrei, and he's up to Malchiot or Zichron or shofar, and they'll have the shofar blowing. So the woman does the same thing. From this in Carol it says, but wait, she didn't hear a bracha on shofar yet. So she's going to have the mitzvah shofar without the bracha of the shofar. He has an incredibly novel idea. He says she could say the bracha on the shofar then and there in the middle of Shemona Esrei. And it's not a hefsek, it's not an interruption in the middle of Shemona Esrei, because just like the mitzvah of shofar is connected to the Shemona Esrei, so a bracha is not out of place as well. And it's not such a foreign idea, because Birchas Kohanim, let's say a Kohen is the chazan for the Birchas Kohan, if during Shemona Esrei, and the Kohen, Chazan, does Birchas Kohanim in the middle of Shemona Esrei. He says Yivach Hashem v'shbracha, and he also says a bracha before that. He does a bracha of Birchas Kohanim before the Yivrechacha. So you see the concept that a mitzvah is connected to the Shemona Esrei, then even the Berchata mitzvah could be said as well. So an amazing chiddush by Nissim Karelitz. And so that, now we understand why we have the first 30. Then the second 30 in Musaf. The 40, of course, is the famous minhag of trying to reach 100. That was based on the crying, the 100 times that mother of Sisera cried. And of course, that's a separate shia why we should commemorate the crying of a wicked woman, Sisera's mother, 100 times. The Rav wanted to say, because she was crying, because she was expecting her son to come back from war, killing the Jews, and have amassing more wealth and more wealth. And as he was delayed, she kept fantasizing more about his success. According to Soloveitchik, finally, she heard the news, he died. And it all hit her at once. That my fantasy about my glorious son, invincible son, it was just a fantasy. And it was hit suddenly. She was hit by it. So the Rav says we should have that feeling Rosh Hashana. It's not so much a day we think about specific sins. We don't do the al-chait. But just we should have a bigger idea like, wow, I'm really heading in the wrong direction. My whole approach to my family, to Torah, to mitzvah, to this, something. To see that we're off in a big way, and it should hit us in the face like the mother of Sisera. So we come home from shul, and most poskim say that even though it's after Chatzot and we were fasting till Chatzot, on Shabbat and Yom Tov we don't do it, but many poskim say that on Rosh Hashana it is all right. Regarding the minhag to have a little kiddush in shul before shofar blowing, there are those that say you're not allowed. You cannot eat before the mitzvah of shofar. Others say you can have a te'imah, a little bit, up to a beitza, which means a little piece of cake, enough just to keep you going. Many communities are lenient to go ahead and have a bite or two, a cake, enough that you could say kiddush on, a piece or so, but not more than beitza, so it's considered a te'imah. If a person knows that if he just waits the whole day and gets home at 2, doesn't eat anything, his whole kavan is going to be off. There's definitely room to be lenient, rely on those positions. Then the person that gets home, has kiddush, of course, and the sudah, mincha. There is no lighting. The woman cannot light before the end of the day. No one can take out stuff from the freezer. No cooking for the second day. Of course, the second day, Yom Tov is considered a second day, and therefore no preparation from the first day to the second day. And women must wait till light candles and to prepare for the meal. The man, whoever's preparing the meal, should not be done the day, should wait for the second day. And then it was on that second night that we go ahead and have candles lit. But how do you light the candles? For more, we don't start a new fire. Advisable to have a Yeritzai candle that was lit before Yom Tov on the first day, before the first day, and then you just light from there. And then you could go ahead and light the new candles for Yom Tov without starting a new light. At the meal because it's a question whether one should say Shechianu on the second day Yantif. Is it considered to be a new Yantif or not a new Yantif? A discussion in the poskim. So therefore, we try to acquire, to have a new fruit, so that we're saying a bracha on the new fruit. And then we have in mind Shechianu on the new fruit, as well as the new day of Yantif. Regarding shofar blowing on the second day, it is best if the Baal Tokei can have a new suit or something that he would have Shechianu. So that way, there's a suffix whether he says Shechianu on the shofar. What is it considered? A new mitzvah, a new day? What exactly is it? So to be Yotze all Shitot, it is best to have a new suit or something like that. If he doesn't, the minhag is to say Shechianu either way. That's basically the overview of some of the halachot, practices, and minhagim of Rosh Hashanah. May we all be inscribed for K'tivah, Chatimah, Tova, Shalom.